It's Creative Chef Shannon here again from Cooking and Golf. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something really simple, but a lot of people struggle to get right, and that is Yorkshire puddings. So Yorkshire pudding, fantastic with roast beef. One of those old school recipes that a lot of people struggle with because there are so many variations out there that they seem to get confused on what really goes into it and how to cook them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the way that I do it in the restaurants, and they turn out perfect every single time. Yorkshire pudding, 3 ingredients plus salt. It is that simple. First of all, what I've done is I've cracked 2 eggs into a bowl. But before I put the eggs in the bowl, I put the bowl on a set of scales and zeroed it off. Put the 2 eggs in and look at the weight. And the weight is 108 grams. Now this is really important because this is how you start. So everything starts with the eggs. So you've got 108 grams of eggs, and then we will add 108 grams of milk. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll zero off the scales again, and then we will go 108 grams of milk. There you go. So what I'm going to add now is I'm going to add a little bit of salt before I whisk it. As always, Himalayan pink salt. Okay, so this is a really important stage because you want to whisk the eggs and the milk really well before you add in the flour. Because as soon as you add in the flour, you can't over whisk it. Okay, so the bowl is back on the scales now that I've whisked the eggs and the milk together. Now what you need to remember is that first weight from the eggs. Now what I'm using high grade white flour. Okay, so this is the last ingredient. So all we're going to do is we are just going to fold it in. Mix it a little bit, not too much. See how wet it is? That's exactly what you want. Okay, let's put it into a pouring jug because that's going to be way easier to use. Alright, and remember, rest it for 2 hours. It'll thicken up a little bit, that's okay, because you can add a little bit of water to it. Alright, add some glad wrap over it. Rest it outside the fridge, a minimum of 2 hours. The Yorkshire pudding mix has been sitting for 2 hours at room temperature. And what has happened is it has started to thicken up a little bit, as you can see, and that's perfectly natural. So what you need to do is you need to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. There you go. Just added 2 or 3 tablespoons of water, and that's exactly how you want it, just like that. Okay. And all the lumps of flour have dissolved, so that it's pretty good. Now we're ready to go. In this tray here, what I've got is I've got a little bit of oil in the bottom, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the oven and I'm going to heat it until it starts to smoke. Now what I'm using rice bran oil, which has got a high smoke point. The oil has started to smoke, so what I'm going to do is we are going to pour the Yorkshire pudding mix to the bottom there, and this is what you want. You want that little sizzle, and you want to go about halfway up. So that's the most important thing, is you need that sizzle. What we do is they go back in the oven for about 10 minutes, and this is where the magic happens. Okay, Yorkshires are done. There you go. Beautiful Yorkshire puddings. Just turn them out like that. Okay, so they are nice and crispy. Alright, so these are fantastic with roast beef, but you can also use roast pork, roast lamb. Also, what you can do is you can make these, and see the little hollow that's in there, you can actually fill it with whatever you like, okay, to do something really different. It's up to you. So there you have it, my Yorkshire puddings.